practice today, but we'll see how he warms up tomorrow.
So you feel good about it, Chad? It's just...
Well, we got to see. I feel good that it's not an instance.
Sorry, that's Aaron, you said?
Yes.
Rick, Eddie, has there been any revisited thoughts on the cutting
You
down?
guys exchanging, standing up and sitting.
We
This
just
is
had to switch roles.
highly unusual.
Have you guys revisited, have you talked to the guys, the players, and all that, the whole net stuff?
I did. I wasn't going to until you suggested it. And it was such a bad suggestion that they unanimously voted it down.
Really?
Yes, unanimously.
What was the reason for it?
I just said, look guys, my teams have never cut down the nets in a regular season championship. I even called Peyton Seavey yesterday just to make sure I remember correctly. And he said, no, we never did that. And the players all agree that we have another game to play. It's all premature. We don't know if we're going to win tomorrow, so we won't plan anything. And they feel with another game, we should be good. So.
You know, Ken Pom has you as a 22-point favorite. So.
I mean, would that be kind of bad juju to cut down the nets at the regular season game? Bad luck?
No, I just think you have another game to play. No, Ken.
Yeah.
Don't celebrate too early because first of all, you don't know if you're going to beat Seton Hall. They're playing great defense.
Yeah.
Second of all, players didn't want to do it. Whatever the players want, I'm behind, unless it's not practice.
Yeah.
You know, because Providence a few years ago did it where they had still 3 games left.
We're not Providence. We're St. John's.
You say that in a good way or bad?
You want to cover them? Go cover them.
Oh, I'm more than happy covering you.
Okay. No, every school's different. Providence is, you know, if they want to do it, it's their option. It's just something we don't believe in. But I would have totally changed my opinion if the players said, yeah, let's do it. But they unanimously, I said, anybody want to do it? And no, everybody said, no, absolutely not.
Rick, I feel like in 13, you guys didn't even cut him down at the Garden after winning the conference tournament.
We didn't cut it down until the national championship. We said we're not going to cut it down for the Big East. A New York writer cut it down, took the net down, and gave it to me as a gift when it was all over.
Who was it, Lenny?
I don't know who it was. And then, yeah, I think it was actually.
Okay.
And then we went to the Final Four the year before, and we said we're not going to cut it down until the champion. We didn't cut it down Sweet 16, Final Four. We said until the champion. Now, that's not the case with this basketball team.
So you would do it if you won the Big East tournament?
I don't know. It's up to the players. Does it really matter right now?
I mean, your fans care about it.
I don't think they do. Everybody I spoke to, you're just speaking to those degenerate gamblers. That's the crew you hang out with.
Wow, you know the St. John fans I know well.
St. John's fans don't gamble.
Not the ones I know.
Rick, how's Richmond's progress?
Good.
Yeah.
He's healthy. I think the rest did good. And I think that for this game we'll be able to, the first time in a while, we have a week to prepare.
Rick, when you look at Kadari and kind of the maturation process he's made this year, does anything surprise you? Like last week, before the Butler game, as I say, he kind of told us regarding his injury, like, don't worry about me. Like when it's time to play, I'll be ready. And then he told us with the prospect of playing Seton Hall, like he doesn't really want to celebrate in front of them because he still has friends over there. Like his maturation process, are you seeing him more like act like a professional?
He's always acted like a professional. He's a unique individual there. He says all the right things, very articulate. His body is in the best shape of his life, and that's good. I'm not sure Kadari was ever in great shape, but he has to be to play this style of play.
Is there one thing that surprised you the year with him now about him? I mean, you knew obviously he was a great player before he came here, but
You know, the thing I like about Kadari, he still has so many improvements he can make, as well as all 3 seniors. They can make improvements. Kadari doesn't block out well. We've been on him about that, about boxing out. We're not a good defensive rebounding team right now because we don't block out as well as we should from 4 or 5 different individuals. If we can improve with those 4 or 5 and blocking out, we'd be a much better defensive rebounding team.
Rick, to your mind, what is the greater accomplishment? Winning the conference tournament or winning the regular season title?
Oh, regular title by far, because that's a grind. I mean, it's a long season. Now, you know, my son last year had to win 4 or 5 games to win it. We won back-to-back at Louisville, the two conference championships. It's great, but for a lot of teams, it's the way to get in the NCAA tournament. You know, for us, we're going to be in it, but we want to win both, obviously, but you know, the regular season's a very tough thing to do.
You think the Big East Player of the Year should come from the team that wins the regular season title, your team, or could Ryan Kalkbrenner win it?
I don't know. I would say it's probably, if I'm speaking to people, it's a lot for RJ. From speaking to people like you.
You talk to other coaches or just media?
No, just media people think it's. Do you think that?
I think it's Kadari.
I think your MVP is Zuby.
See, that's what could hurt us, because the coaches split with the three. Could go to any of the three, right? And
Yeah.
could that hurt him? And I don't know,
Yeah.
but I'm not interested. Right now, individual awards really don't concern me as much as team.
Yeah.
But if we could just ask you about one more.
Yeah.
You've never been the Big East Coach of the Year. You've won the conference a bunch of times, 3 of the last 5 before Louisville left. What would it be meaningful?
Wouldn't
to
mean
you?
very much to me at all.
No?
No, I've been blessed to win National Coach of the Year a couple of times, I think, and it was very nice. I would have voted for other people. And so it really doesn't matter to me, individual awards at 72 years of age. I've had way too many blessings in my life, so it really doesn't matter. I'm very, I am absolutely ecstatic for what the players are going through. I'm, on a personal level, I'm ecstatic for my son Ryan, my wife, close friends have all experienced Madison Square Garden like it was for me with the Knicks. Ryan was not a ball boy like Richard, Michael, and Chris, so this is all new to him. So I'm excited for him and my family when they visit. And then I'm very, very excited for our student body, because it has livened up the campus. The lacrosse team and baseball teams have been big supporters of ours. The student body, I'm super excited for the student body, because it's added so much for them to take the train or bus into Madison Square Garden, get vouchers from the school to eat and drink beer. I think it's awesome.
In early January, you had told us Kadari could lose a few pounds. And basically since then, he's been incredible. Do you remember how he responded to that and how he took it? Because maybe some guys might not take that the right way.
Well, my whole coaching career, I've made people gain or lose weight. This is not, I mean, my general manager with the Celtics lost 100 pounds. So we try to all be in great shape. I've never heard anybody be upset about gaining or losing weight.
But how did he feel? Like, do you remember talking?
That wasn't a factor either way.
You're wearing the white suit?
Right now, no, because I can't find the bottom part. So no, the answer is no.
Over the last,
Contribution, Sadiku against DePaul, left Terrace, played well against Connecticut, and then Vince had to play a lot against Butler. Are you gaining more confidence and trust in them to be?
Well, all of those three guys have really improved over the last month. Really improved. And Vince has played very well in practice. One of the problems is, because we're not necessarily a great shooting team, is when you take Aaron out, you lose a lot of shooting. And if you sub Ruben, you don't get the three-point shooting. So teams pack it in against us as it is. And Lefty gives us very good shooting. He's the best shooter on the team from a percentage standpoint, but you don't necessarily get the defensive pressure. You know, we did not, it's funny with this basketball team, we come off the best offensive and defensive performance of the season with Connecticut, and we come back to the poorest performance, one of the poorest performances of the season with Butler. So it's an interesting team to coach.
Watching the film, what did you take away from how you played?
Well, we only had one assist in the second half, and that's a bad sign for us. Also, we played we defensive rebounded very poorly, and we boxed out very poorly, and we defended one-on-one play very poorly. So it was and I told the team this, I can't fathom that type of performance with so much at stake. But it happens in basketball. It happens. Sometimes you just can't figure out why, the why part. Because the effort was there, but the execution was not. And sometimes in basketball, I've coached games that just makes no sense. We're playing for a championship to have that type of defensive performance.
Take one or two.
When you see that, how much of that was Zuby not playing much? And not
Well,
playing
Vince did a decent job coming in. I think Zuby is, sometimes you all had three different responses, which is a good thing of who the MVP is. But I think I think Zuby's the most valuable player. RJ may be the most outstanding player, and Kadari may be the most clutch player. Getting the clutch rebound, the clutch score, the clutch pass. So they're all three descriptions. And so going forward, we've got I found out we would not have won a championship at Louisville in 2013 if it wasn't for a walk-on hitting two big threes who couldn't shoot a lick. They nicknamed him Wichita today because he made two big threes because they knew he couldn't shoot and they would let him shoot the ball. Went from 9 right away to 3 because of that. And I got him out in a hurry after that, so we did it third. But it's always somebody else that makes the big play come tournament time. It's never the Kadaris, the Zubis, and the RJs. It's always somebody else, like a Ruben, like a lefty, that comes up with a big play to get you over the hump in a given game.
Rick, with this Seton Hall team, what's the biggest challenge? I mean, obviously they're going to try to slow it down and make it a slog.
Well, they're playing great defense right now.
Yeah.
They beat UConn. They play really, really hard. We know they're going to play really hard in the Garden. It's a tribute to Shaheen and the staff that they, regardless of their record, they're going to bring great defense. We know that. And what I can tell you about senior night, with so much at stake, and the families coming in, and everybody coming in, and everybody looking to celebrate, you got to remain focused on the fundamentals of the game that are going to allow you to win, not on anything other than that, not on Zach's article about cutting down the nets, which was a ridiculous article.
Yeah. He needed something to write.
I know, I could have given him some, why don't you come for some, I'll give you some suggestions.
You needed something behind the paywall. I think.
Zach, last one.
RJ is not taking part in senior day. I know he's only junior, but sometimes guys are
Yeah, I've done
they
that
take
before,
part.
like Mashburn.
Right. So with RJ, is it kind of like he's going to see what happens? Like,
I think when you know it's a lock, NBA, when you know it's a lock going pro, then you do it. Like Mashburn, we announced during the year he was going to do it. We've done it before, but that's not the case with RJ, or Sim for that matter. I think both can both try to go pro, but there is a possibility that RJ is going to come back. So he'll test the waters, and if he's a first rounder or a guaranteed contract, he should go. If he's not, he should think about staying. Obviously, I hope he stays, but I also hope he goes, because we think he's a pro, we think he'll do great at the NBA level, so we're not going to do that. So he has a wonderful family. They've been great supporters of him. But, look, this has been a remarkable season. I appreciate all of you and the coverage we have gotten. You've been great. Your newspaper has been fabulous to us. There's a lot to celebrate about the season.
I think it's a team effort, and once the awards come out, they come out. But the main goal is to win big, and that's what we've been doing. And just sticking together as a unit, and from the beginning of the season, been going hard with these guys, with Zub, and it's just great to know that how far we've come. But we haven't done anything yet, so we want to take care of business on Saturday, and obviously finish the season strong. So we'll play Marquette. So just focus on one day at a time.
It was a collective decision. Everybody decided that we still got it's not really the end of the season, and just like Reggie said, we haven't really accomplished a lot as of yet, and Saturday is a great opportunity. Obviously, we know what's at hand, but we still got Marquette to worry about, and Seton Hall. They're a gritty team, especially on the defensive end as well. So that's going to be a tough game as well. So that's just where our mind is at, you know, just taking care of business Saturday and just moving on.
So kind of know with, how the group was feeling, and, Coach P obviously said he's done that a bunch of times, so he said it's, when you cut down the nets when you win the Big East tournament. So, that's really just the goal, and obviously, we do win Saturday, we still have Marquette, like Zuby said, the season's not over. But, just really just being humble and not overlooking anybody, because, nothing's set in stone yet, anything can happen. But obviously, we're going to go out, we're going to play hard, and, we've been doing, it's been a great ride, it's been a great season, and we just want to just continue on building on to that.
You guys,
It speaks for himself. I think it's great. I've learned a lot playing under him. I think Zuby could vouch for the same thing. But it speaks for itself. I seen something that came out. He's the first coach in Division I to win 5 conference titles. Hopefully, when we take care of business on Saturday. So just to see what he's done. Like I said, me and Zuby's progression. But obviously, you see what Coach P does from his year 1 to year 2. So it's just really special. And I feel like it's just great to play under him, and I'm just trying to soak it all in like a sponge. And I think he's done a great job of building us together and putting us in the right situations to be successful. It speaks for himself. I think it's great. I've learned a lot playing under him. I think Zuby could vouch for the same thing. But it speaks for itself. I seen something that came out. He's the first coach in Division I to win 5 conference titles. Hopefully, when we take care of business on Saturday. So just to see what he's done, like I said, me and Zuby's progression, but obviously, you see what Coach P does from his year 1 to year 2. So it's just really special. And I feel like it's just great to play under him, and I'm just trying to soak it all in like a sponge. And I think he's done a great job of building us together and putting us in the right situations to be successul. Seton Hall is a very defensive mind team. So I think we have to bring our best game. And can't wait. Like I said, it's gonna be a tough game, and I can't wait to play.
Yeah, it was a pretty sad moment, not just for us, but everybody as well, and obviously the seniors that didn't get a chance to come back to college again. So seeing the look on their faces as well was a pretty sad moment, and now just to see where we're at at this moment in our collegiate careers, just being able to play for an outright championship and being at the top of the top, and in this league especially, this league is really tough to play in and play for, and you really just gotta mentally prepare and physically prepare for each game and each opponent. So just to see the progress of where we at from year 1 to year 2, individually, collectively, and just seeing RJ, his progression throughout the years, and it just means a lot. And obviously we're playing not just for ourselves, but for the whole community, and just making the championship.
Motivation is in itself. I feel like everybody that plays Division I basketball tries to compete at the highest level, and everybody's dream is to go dancing in March. So definitely, my first 2 years I struck out. So my 3rd year, just to know that I have a chance to, play in the Big East tournament. Just to play in the March Madness is very special. And I just can't wait for that experience. But like I said, you got to take care of business before that, and obviously that's the championship, like Zuby said, and we have the Big East tournament, and then we'll take care of the March Madness. But it's a great feeling just to know we're right there, and it's so close that we could grab it. So just staying focused and staying together, and just having each other's backs, listening to the coaches, and just continue to do what we can to win.
We obviously see what DJ is doing in the league, and we're obviously also proud of him, and I would text him here and there, and just talk to him about the games he's had, and the good stretches of games he's had, and his leadership roles and stuff of that nature. And Joel is doing pretty solid as well, and he played for the Dominican Republic as well. So just to see where they're progressing, and just to see they're doing okay is something that we hope for. It's our preparation. Is how we prepare ourselves all year. I think the coaching staff does a really good job of putting us in the right situations to win each and every game, and the countless hours of just the film sessions and the player development sessions and the time put on the court. So I already knew we're a really special group, but You know, it always starts on the defensive end. That's kind of been our identity all year, and that's something that the coaching staff have been preaching all year. So just to see, you know, how we progress from that end, and to see our offense finally coming along, and you know, it's something that has been really special this whole year. So I already knew that, like I said, that we were gonna be a special group, but over the past, like, you know, the 10, 15 game stretches of just everybody just meshing well and coming together on both sides of the ball, I already knew, you know, we had something special at hand.
Just take a couple.
There was a stretch where, I mean, in the beginning of the season, the preseason, we all knew he was talented offensively, and it was just a matter of time, you know, how long it was going to take for us to come together and learn how to play off of each other. But definitely, when I seen the defensive side pick up, that's when I knew he would be scary, because, you know, obviously you have to be able to defend to win championships. So I mean, once the defense started picking up, the offense kind of follows itself. You know, now we're working on our threes. The little three-pointers are going in a little bit more. But I don't think there's one specific game. Obviously, you know, you want to win every game. I think sweeping UConn was big. I think you know, we went 1-1 with Creighton. Obviously, we beat Marquette. We're trying to, you know, sweep them as well. But I think there's not one specific game. I just kind of, you know, just take it as, you know, everything's a learning experience. And I mean, what better way to do it with, you know, with these group of guys that we've been going through it the whole year. And I mean, it's just great to see everybody, you know, be successful. Everybody gets to eat. So I mean, I think it's just great. Like I said, everything is a process. We're just trusting the process, and I mean, everything's great when you're winning. So we want to just keep on winning.